In Spencer's Kreenling Park, just behind the rodeo grounds, is a creek. And on July 1st of last year, a pipeline company told the state an abandoned line was leaking, pouring old oil into a narrow stream that feeds into the North Canadian River. Spencer City Councilwoman Tony Kennedy says even though the spill started on city property, it was neighbors who first notified the town.
Nobody picked up the phone except for the landowners that it affected.
According to documents from the Oklahoma Corporation Commission, pipeline owner DCP Midstream self-reported the spill to the National Emergency Response, saying one of its old lines that ran over the creek leaked about 1 barrel of oil. The July 1st report indicates they promised to have the creek clean by July 15th of 2013. DCP made the first move to clean it up, but the landowners claim that first effort failed.
It should be nice clean water to water the cattle and fertilize the hay and the blackberries in the area.
Kennedy is speaking on behalf of the landowners that farm next to this creek.
I couldn't, in good conscience, put cattle on here right now.
The issue is that just slight movement in the water creates a glossy sheen. The landowners allege it's residual oil being stirred up. This is what's left more than a year after the original spill and more than 8 months after the last cleanup effort. According to state records, the spill was reported as 1 barrel of oil, but the cleanup only recovered half a barrel. Kennedy says even as an elected official, she's not having much luck getting the landowners the help they want.
Every agency that's been contacted has wanted to say that it's not serious enough or it's not in their ballpark as a problem.
Spill was cleaned up to our satisfaction, and as far as we could tell, it was in compliance with the rules.
Tim Baker with the Corporation Commission says they do supervise any environmental cleanups resulting from pipeline spills. But after declaring the cleanup complete on July 10th, documents from the OCC show a new complaint on July 16th revealed there was still an oil skim on the water. The OCC complaint says investigators declared the cleanup completed again on August 19th. But on December 17th, the landowners complained again, and an investigator with the Oklahoma Corporation Commission confirmed a sheen on the water coming from something bubbling to the surface. The report says it was apparently related to the previous spill.
We revisited the site. We did not see any visible evidence of any residual oil, and we are satisfied they had cleaned up the residual material to our satisfaction.
DCP promised to cut the pipeline and remove the section that went over the creek. Again, on January 17th of this year, the OCC investigator said the cleanup was complete. But 8 months later, when we visited, the landowner helped us dig this dirt from the bottom of the creek. It smelled like old oil and felt greasy, leaving black stains on anything it touched. The OCC says testing results provided by DCP show the soil and water isn't contaminated.
All the samples that have been taken so far do not show there's a problem out there. Our visual inspection doesn't show there's a problem out there, but we're willing to come out and resample.
Baker says plant life or decaying vegetation could be responsible for the sheen and maybe the smell. The landowner provided us reports from multiple labs that he says prove his creek and land are still polluted. The last samples were collected in June of this year.
There's absolutely a problem. And I think to each of those people that have come out here and said it's not that big of a problem, we haven't seen anybody take a drink or take a bottle of water out of there themselves.
Now, we called the company responsible for the pipeline, DCP Midstream, but no one with the company returned our calls for comment on this story. Now, the landowners say after Fox 25 started looking into this, the Corporation Commission made a new offer to come look at their concerns. Now, coming up tonight at 9, we're going back to Spencer Creek with the state investigators and local environmental advocates. As far as DCP goes, the Corporation Commission says they have been willing to do whatever was asked of them, and that company's also volunteered its crews and equipment to help clean up other oil spills from abandoned pipelines they weren't even responsible for. In the newsroom, Phil Cross, Fox 25 News.